Looks like a post-war map of Scotland. Books in the case have really been shoved around. Paper scattered around appears to have fallen off the bookcase. Some of these floorboards appear to be loose. Oh, Lord. Someone put some good holes in this guy. There's not much left of him, but I don't think this is Malloy, judging by the hair. Looks more like the guy in the photo downstairs. David Wright. The question is, who's responsible for this? And did they get Malloy, too? Bookcase doors. Interesting. Bookcase. It's a reel of 16mm film. This reel looks at least 100 years old. And nothing interesting in the cup. Still more paper scattered around. Doesn't appear to be too important. Desk made out of walnut. Desk made out of... These books look like they've been tossed around, like... Movie screen? Sheesh, I haven't seen one of these since I was a kid. Whoa, now there's an antique. A real 16mm projector. What is this? It's got to be some sort of practical joke. Wait a second. Whatever that thing is, it just moved. I think I remember some sort of alien autopsy film from years ago, but that alien was dead. This thing looks alive. Just barely. Seems to be in a lot of pain. Wonder what happened to him. Uh-oh. He doesn't look like he's gonna make it. wonder if Malloy's disappearance is connected in some way to the contents of this film clip. Military personnel, a live alien? If it wasn't a hoax, this thing could stir things up in a big way. Maybe I shouldn't be getting involved. This is the sort of thing that gets people killed. It's all locked up. These doors lead to the Brew and Stew. It's the only place in the neighborhood to get a decent meal. The Brew and Stew, Louie's diner, is more of a home to me than my place at the Ritz. Louie's probably my best friend if I have one. He's always making sure I get enough to eat, and he runs me tabs for months at a time. My current debt is up to $200. But with the smell of fresh coffee and Louie's special home cooking, the Brew and Stew always has the welcome sign turned on.
Mike! I noticed you talking to that older gentleman last night. I bet Rook $20 that he hired you to do some work for him.
Yeah, he did. And he gave me a nice retainer, too. Thinking about spending some of the money on Chelsea. She'll let me.
Chelsea's like a souffle, Mike. Treat her real gentle, and don't hurry things too much. She's pretty soft inside.
Yeah, but she's all golden brown and she smells good. Whenever I get close to her, it's hard to keep from drooling all over myself.
Maybe that's your problem. A girl like Chelsea needs you to be close, but not too close. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I read all about it in this book my mom sent me. It's called Men Are Imbeciles, Women Are Erratic. I'll loan it to you.
Okay, I'll save my advice for later. Just keep in mind what I said. So, what can I do for you? You're okay in my book, Mike. No thanks. Well, Mike, if I had to guess, I'd say it's written in Yucatec. It's a Mayan language spoken in southern Mexico. I can't help you with the translation, though. You know who might be able to help you is Clint. I heard he's quite a world traveler. You might give it a try. Oh, yeah. I remember this scarf. And the perfume on it. Young, blonde gal. Came in here a while ago. No thanks. No thanks. No thanks. This is the guy that was with that young blonde girl who was wearing the nice-smelling scarf. That's the guy in the photo, right? I only saw him the one time. She was real pretty, though a little heavy on the makeup. I think she said her name was Emily. I don't know nothing but English, and not much of that. The cops came in and closed that place down a couple weeks ago. Turns out they found Rusty's body in there. Someone dumped him in a barrel of acid. Created a lot of conversation in here, I'll tell you. I don't like to talk bad about people, so I got nothing to say about Nilo. Rook's just an ordinary son of a gun, but believe it or not, he's pretty soft underneath.
The only thing in this neighborhood that's tackier than that marquee is Clint's toupee. The only thing in these.
How's your case coming along? Anything I can do to help? I guess that's the name of the girl who sings up at the Fuchsia Flamingo. I haven't seen her in action.
Oh, the Coco Cabana. I heard that Clint, the local chocolate junkie, opened some kind of business up at Coit Tower. The Coco Cabana was just opened by a reformed bum named Clint. I met him during my last case when he was living in a dumpster in an alley behind Rook's pawn shop.
Yeah.
You know, Clint, when I see you in the midst of this magnificent setting, it's hard to believe that you were living in a dumpster a couple of months ago.
Yeah, what's the matter? You're jealous because I'm a successful businessman and you're still a cut-rate PI. Don't like seeing someone like me pass you on the social ladder, do you?
Man, I gave up trying to climb the social ladder a long time ago. Maybe I'm just afraid of heights.
Well, I'm afraid that you're getting on my nerves. So, either order something or take your act somewhere else.
You know, I heard that eating excessive amounts of chocolates can result in hallucinations.
Yeah, and at the moment I'm having a vision of a PI being bludgeoned to death with a blender.
Oh, hey, if you got a blender, why don't you whip me up a chocolate shake? Of course, make it extra thick, like your skull.
Forget it. I had to eat all the chocolate ice cream. The freezer broke.
Tell you what, why don't you surprise me? I'd like something tasty, but not too rich.
Sorry, I happen to be out of everything at the moment. In fact, I was just about to close up for the day. So unless you have something important on your mind, well, why don't you just run along? I've seen this scarf before. A girl came by here wearing it. Well, look, I appreciate the gesture, but no thanks. Well, look, I appreciate the gesture, but no thanks. Well, look, I appreciate the gesture, but no thanks.
Louis told me that you might be able to help me out.
Ah, how's that?
Well, he says you're quite a world traveler. Tell me what you make of this.
Let's see. Oh yeah, here it is. The cheese factory is on fire. Hell, I can't read any of that crap. Jesus, I tell Louis I went to Tijuana a couple times and now what? Suddenly I'm Marco Polo?
Louis told me that you might be able to help me out.
Ah, how's that?
Well, he says you're quite a world traveler. Tell me what you make of this.
Let's see. Did you know that there's some kind of secret door that comes out of Rusty's funhouse over by the warehouse? I saw the cops open it when they were there last week. That's the name of the singer down at the Fuchsia Flamingo. Emily? Yeah, you must be talking about the girl who sings at the Flamingo. She's come by here a couple times with a gigantic guy named Gus Leach. He runs the Fuchsia Flamingo, and he might be Emily's boyfriend. They come by every once in a while and order the bliss on a biscuit. Actually, now that you mention it, the last time those two were here, Leach dropped a key under his seat, and I didn't find it until after they left. I've been meaning to run it down to the Flamingo, but if you're gonna go that way, drop it off for me. Yeah, I remember Emily mentioned someone named Thomas, but I didn't catch the last name. It's a warehouse. What do you want me to say? That babe is hot. Oh, if that big guy wasn't always hanging around, I'd make my move in a second. Ever heard of her? No. Oh, I wish I could. Nilo? An open sore on the face of humanity. At one point, I had to choose between living at the Ritz and living in the dumpster. I took the lesser evil. Totally. That blood-sucking tightwad, he wanted me to pay rent for living in the dumpster outside of his pawn shop. That guy's a real gem. Hell of a cook. Chelsea's a nice girl. But whatever happened between us was over long ago. Don't let the torch she still carries for me stand in your way. All right, you brought me a chocolate pie when I was on the skids. I'm indebted to you for the rest of my life. You're a god. Happy?
So Emily works at the Flamingo with someone named Gus Leach. Now that I got the key, maybe I should go ahead and pay him a little visit.